Peace. Infinite waters diving deep once again. We are out here. We're nature, baby. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana. 10 signs you're super anxious and don't know it. How anxious are you right now? I get it. A lot of us are anxious. I am anxious a lot of the times because let's face it, none of us know what's going to happen next. Life is pretty uncertain. You don't know what I'm going to do next or what's going to happen to you next. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? Life is a mystery, right? And life is not guaranteed. Like, we aren't guaranteed a certain amount of years on this planet. That's a strange thought, right? To think that in a blink of an eye, your whole life could just change. For the better, hopefully. Now, let me share with you, I've had a lot of anxiety attacks, panic attacks, but I don't call them attacks, I call them breakthroughs because they've helped me learn more about myself. When I talk of anxiety, I'm talking about an uneasiness of the body, mind, spirit, and heart. Do you ever feel really worried for no reason? And you're like, where did that come from? Yes, you're on planet Earth. That's gonna happen a lot. I get anxious a lot in large crowds sometimes when I'm in the city, sometimes I'm downtown. And they're just like so many different energies. I'm like, I just want to be in nature right now. So 10 signs you're super anxious and you don't know it. Because a lot of us, we're so disconnected, we don't even know we're anxious. What's the first sign? It's just about the money. Oh yeah, it's just about the money. Like, you go to work and you're just in that job because you just have to pay your rent. You're just there for a check. I used to be like that. I would just take a job because I was just waiting for a check, not realizing that was creating my anxiety. Anxiety is what creates stress. You see, if you're just working somewhere and your heart isn't really in it, you're always going to be going in the morning, like you get there at 8 o'clock, 8:01. Oh my goodness gracious. You're scared right now. That's right, because you got another 8 hours of doing something your heart isn't even in. Right? A lot of people rushing around like road runners, like cheetahs, so fast. But ask yourself, is my heart really in it? Like, I used to work in certain jobs where the night before I would have a lot of anxiety because subconsciously I didn't want to actually go to work there. I didn't want to work in that job, but I was just doing it because it was paying pretty good. So ask yourself this: do I actually like what I'm doing every single day? The activity I'm doing, what is it bringing to me? Because if it is not putting you in a state of equilibrium, balance, and homeostasis, chances are you are anxious, super anxious, and you don't even know it. Let's talk about the second sign. You're super anxious and don't know it. We are trying to figure everything out. But what if life isn't supposed to be about that? I realize that you don't have to figure everything out. All you got to do is relax, breathe, and realize things usually take care of themselves. Usually. We're trying to figure out, how was the universe created? What happened here? What happened there? That's amazing. But also realize that the more you breathe deeply, relax more, all the answers eventually come to you. A lot of us, we're trying to figure out to the point it overwhelms us. Like, I used to watch sometimes 10 different documentaries at the same time. Like, I would buy 10 different monitors. Crazy, right? Like, overwhelming. Some people are like, Ralph, yeah, I just bought 50 books. That's amazing. But once again, you're trying to figure everything out. You're forgetting that nature is the greatest book. Slow motion that side. Like, nature contains a billion encyclopedias, right? It is information which you haven't even tapped into yet. There are mysteries waiting to be unraveled, waiting for you. All you got to do is just, breathe in that good ass Prada, baby. Inhale that good ass chi. You don't have to figure everything out. Ever wonder why a lot of children are so at peace? Because they're not trying to figure everything out all at once. They are so in touch with the present moment. All anxiety is created from a desire to escape the present moment. And that usually happens when we're trying to figure everything out. What are you doing right now? Trying to figure everything out? Whoa, you just walked into a lamppost. See what happens? Focus. What's the third sign? You're super anxious and don't know it. Now, I used to have panic attacks, and it was like, gosh, my chest is really tight, palms sweaty, mom spaghetti. No, this ain't 8 Mile. What am I talking about? It was like that though. Like I was on stage or something at a rap battle, right? And they were throwing banana peels at me. You're highly anxious, super anxious, and don't know it because you are addicted to time. Like, you plan everything out to the finest details. Ever been around someone who's like, yeah, next week I'm going here at 5 o'clock. In 1 month I'm doing this. No, they're not like that. They're like, in 2 years' time, I will be doing this at this moment. And you're like, whoa. And you find out they're really anxious. They're really anxious and they don't even know it. Because you see, time is a man-made illusion created to keep you blinded from the truth that there is only now. You're super anxious because you keep buying new watches, right? I don't have a watch. I got turquoise, baby. Slow motion that side. But I used to love to wear a watch. Then I realized by me always looking at the time, I was always anxious. A lot of people, they invest their money in new calendars. Guess what? They're always anxious. You see, because there is never enough time, right? Because time doesn't even exist. So I realized that the solution, what helped me live a more anxiety-free life, was to say, I'm not gonna get so caught up in time. I don't want to see any clocks for like 1 day. Can we do that, please? Please? Let's do it, right? I'm gonna take off watches. Like, don't buy a gift for me like that's a calendar. Don't do it, because it's going straight in the bin. No, I'm just kidding. Look, you gotta realize that a lot of our anxiety is because we are overwhelming ourselves once again with deadlines instead of lifelines. A lifeline is where you realize you don't need to plan every single thing in your life, because once again, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. You see, nature doesn't plan, but it has cycles. So instead of planning, what I do is say, okay, the cycle, what is my circadian rhythm? What's it saying to me? I got to get into my biorhythm. Like, I wake up every single day without an alarm, like at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, whatever. And I never used to be able to do that because I was always planning. I want to wake up at 6:15 on the dot. And if I didn't do it, oh my goodness, I woke up at 6:13, like 6:17. I feel even more anxious. That's what happens. You create even more resistance when you don't meet these deadlines. resistance makes stronger. So Lifelines is all about flexibility. It's about saying, I don't need an alarm. All I have to do is get into my natural biorhythm and then listen to the birds. And then you'll be anxiety free, baby. What's the fourth sign? You're super anxious and don't know it. 7-day vegan challenge. Look, everybody wants to look great these days. And I don't blame people, because I do as well. But I realize this. A lot of people have calorie restriction. Do you know there was a time where I used to do that? Like, how many calories does this have? Do you know how anxious it would make me feel, how much anxiety I would have? Because I was like, oh my gosh, well, it has 1 more calorie than I should have. I can't eat this. It was terrible. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. So I realized that calorie restriction just wasn't for me. I started to realize that, you see, we are carbon-based beings, meaning that if we just eat more carbon-based foods, people like the great Dr. Sebi talked of that, right? We're electrical beings, we need electrical food. So I started to realize this, okay, I can eat whatever I want just as long as it's organic carbon-based foods. So that means all I gotta do is eat a lot of blackberries, blueberries, cranberries, strawberries, anything with a berry at the end, then I'm good to go, right? Calorie restrictions, like, I get it. You wanna have the perfect body, get the curves, but you know how many people live in anxiety? How many people live in anxiety every single day because they haven't got a 6-pack? You haven't even got a 4-pack, have you? You see? Like, you don't have the curves that person does. Your body is not like mine, and definitely not like hers or his. Like, your body is, well, your body. So what helped me was to say, okay, look, I've just got to accept this body for what it is, eat whatever I want, and just make sure it's organic, and then you'll be fine. Like, anxiety will subside. It will definitely disappear, like, before you can say. What's the 5th sign? You're super anxious and don't know it. Many of us, we have status anxiety. Now, I used to have big time status anxiety. I realized, first of all, the only 3 places anxiety emanates from is caring what people think too much, living someone else's life, and not doing what you love. Slow motion that side. Status anxiety is huge, right? I used to go to these swanky events and everybody would be asking, what do you do? At that time, I was unemployed, didn't have a job, sitting on the couch watching Sunset Beach. I was like, well, I run a great business. No, I was lying, right? So a lot of us, we go to these parties, we socialize with different people. Maybe you're at college right now, or maybe you go to your auntie's house and you meet these strangers there, and they're like, what do you do? And you're like, well, what do you do? And they're like, da 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 da. So it becomes a little uncomfortable when you don't know what to say, because really and truly what you do is just like sit in nature all day. Like, that's all you do. Like, you just sit in nature all day and you're really happy. But you can't say that. Like, is that a profession? Like, it is for me. Like, I can actually say I actually create abundance in nature. So when people ask me, Ralph, what do you do for a living? I say, well, every single day, I just wake up with a bunch of grapes in my mouth and breathe in that good ass prana, baby. And it feels fantastic. So status anxiety, in this materialistic world, people are always like, okay, I work here, so I'm better than you. Or I work there, so that means I'm more successful than you, right? And sometimes we actually believe these programs. Some of the happiest people I know aren't working in a massive building. A lot of the people I know who are super happy are surfers. Like, ever been around a surfer that's like just caught a great wave? Goodness gracious, they can't stop talking about it. Ever been around a skateboarder? Right, they've only got their board. I grew up skating. Since 13, I was doing kickflips, baby. Can I get a hello? No anxiety. Like, I could just be skating for like 8-9 hours. And you just feel so free. For some people, it's running. For some people, it's yoga. For some people, it's weightlifting. Whatever rocks your boat. But when you create an activity which there is no competition. You see, competition and comparison sometimes can be the greatest thief of joy. No slow motion. So what helped me was to realize I have a lot of status anxiety because I'm going to these places and everybody's life seems so much better than mine. Like, I'm just living an ordinary life. Then I realized a secret that, hey, everybody's life is everybody's life. And everybody has dull moments. Like, sometimes I'm just on the train, staring out of the window, going through a tunnel. Not exciting. And this happens to a lot of people. But sometimes we're like, no, those people, their life must be so perfect. No, everybody has to go to the toilet, right? That's like a ordinary moment you got to realize, okay? So status anxiety disappears when you realize we're just ordinary people. Did I sing that wrong, John? Sorry about that, right? What's the sixth sign you're super anxious and don't know it? Relationship status. Uh-oh. So are you going out with anybody? Let's just say you're single. Well, can we change the subject? Like, a lot of people are ashamed to be single. A lot of people, maybe they're not even ashamed of being single. They're just like, they've just got pressure from their parents. Like, have you found the one yet? You better bring me some grandchildren right now. There is huge anxiety, okay? To once again have 2.4 children, get married, and yeah, it's big, right? Sometimes we're like, I should be married by now. You see, anxiety always emanates from that line. I should be by now. I should have more money by now. I should have my own company by now. I should have the woman of my dreams by now. I should have Prince Charming by now. Why am I only meeting frogs? Rabbit. It happens. Like, this is not a Disney movie at all. Well, maybe it is for some people. Look. Okay, relationship anxiety. What's helped me along my journey is just to say, hey, if I'm single, I'm single. No problem about it. If I'm in a relationship, like, I say, okay, I'm in a relationship. Like, you gotta own your relationship status, whatever, however you want to call it, right? It doesn't matter. See, that's another thing you should never be anxious about, like saying things the right way. Tomato. You gotta have a sense of humor. Look, a lot of people are around other people who have these so-called marvelous relationships. They're posting selfies, they're smiling like, yeah, we're so happy. And you feel like really anxious right now because you're like, where's mine though? Where's mine though? That's another thing that causes anxiety. Where's mine though? Right? Yours is right here. The greatest relationship you can have is with yourself. Slow motion that side. Then you will find your reflection. Happened to me along my journey. What's the seventh sign you're super duper anxious and don't know it? Oh my goodness. Oh my days. You are a bit of a control freak. That's right. You're trying to like control and manipulate everybody subconsciously. Like you want to get people to say certain things and you want them to see you in certain ways. That's a sign you are super anxious and you don't even know it. So what's helped me is to realize this. Sometimes you just got to let it go. Like, hey, I don't control what people do. I don't control how they think. And I definitely don't control what they wear. What are you wearing, by the way? Don't worry about it. All I do control is my inner attitude, how I see myself, right? This is what I do have control over. But you? No, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm so sorry. Right? Then you find you're a lot more anxiety free. A lot of people are super anxious because we are all about controlling people. A lot of people are in relationships, they want to control the other person. Don't look at that person. Too late, they already did it. They want to control people by sometimes making themselves feel more superior to other people. Right? So realize control, external control is an illusion. We don't control nothing. Right? You don't know what the cat down the road is going to do next. I definitely don't. And that's why it's exciting. Okay? So let go of control. And that's what's helped me really live a more anxiety-free life. Now, let's talk about number 8. A lot of us, we are very, very super anxious when it comes to fear. Okay, a lot of us, we live in a fear culture. Yes, fear is all around us, from newspapers to magazines to films, even the radio. What are you listening to these days? Right? I realized when I was super anxious, I was letting fear guide me, not love. Like a lot of people, we are drawn to bad news. Like, oh, they're controlling us, this. No. You bought into that. That was a trap. You have the power. Slow motion that side. So I had to stop externalizing my power. I had to say, look, I'm just going to live the life I want every single day. And the rest is history. I started to let love guide me, not fear. And then anxiety started to disappear. Right? What's the 9th sign? You're super anxious and don't know it. Your body never lies. Let me repeat that. Your body never lies. Now, what helped me along my journey was to realize that my anxiety is never up here. My anxiety is here, whoa, everywhere basically, right? Anxiety is stored in your body. A lot of people are super anxious and don't know it because they are full of tension every single day. They are stressing themselves out, and now their stress is showing up in their body. Once again, I used to have a very tight chest. And I was like, something doesn't feel quite right. But I was like, oh, it's normal. No, it's not. Right? Your body has to actually be in perfect equilibrium every single day for it to be functioning at optimal level. So I started to realize that, okay, the body never lies. What helped me live a more anxiety-free life was to take time every single day, even if it's just 5 minutes, to meditate, to get into nature, walk barefoot. You see, we have actually become soulless. Right? Yeah. Our souls are supposed to touch the ground, earthing, because the earth is full of negative ions. Inflammation is caused by positive ions. So once you touch the ground, you now have balance. The positive meets the negative. You get my drift. Slow motion that side. I love walking barefoot on the sand. It feels fantastic. Right? So the body never lies. Sometimes people have got muscular twitching, like it happens to me, like a lot of the times when I'm really anxious. And I realize it's because, once again, I'm not taking enough time to just chill out, right? So every single day, ask yourself, what is my body conveying to me, right? And you actually become more anxiety free when you start to do a lot of breath work, like breathing deep from the base of your spine. A lot of us, we're very shallow breathers. We're only breathing from our the upper part of our chest. You got to breathe right deep from the base of your spine, get the energy rising up, and you have an orgasm, right? Feels so good, right? Woo! Hot, baby, right? And let's talk about number 10, right? What happens when, are we on number 9 or 10? Who cares? We'll just go with it. Look, a lot of people are super anxious because, once again, they are ruminators, right? They're so into ruminating all the time. They're like chronic ruminators. They're thinking, they're overthinking. You're super anxious because you can't stop overthinking. A lot of people are worried that people might bring up their past, right? They're like, oh my goodness gracious, I did so much bad things in my past. I hope nobody finds out. Too late. So I learned along my journey, you got to start exposing yourself. Yeah, I do have a lot of anxiety. I'm not perfect. Now you can't use that against me. Anxiety free. We are super anxious. We're trying to brush things under the carpet, baby. Right? So that's like another sign. Okay? And let's talk about the last sign you're super anxious. Don't know it. You are always trying to get somewhere. Ever been around someone who can never keep still? Like, keep still. They're like, nah, I gotta go somewhere. Right? Once again, are we there yet? You're never satisfied about being where you are, and you don't even know it. Like, I travel a lot. Every single year, I'm in different countries with different fruits in my mouth. And it feels great. But I've learned these days, because I often end up on a lot of different beaches. Like, I'm a beach boy, beach man, like Pisces, beach lover, okay? And this is what happens. I was in Dahab, a place in Egypt, and it's so beautiful. But I had a lot of problems at the time, so I couldn't even appreciate the beauty. I had a lot of anxiety. Then I realized this secret. It's never where you are, it's where you are. Slow motion that side. Where you are mentally, physically, and emotionally. See, a lot of people are super anxious because they are living in an environment in their mind which is full of trying to get somewhere, right? We're always trying to get to the future, and then we forget about the present. That's why they call it the present, because it's a gift. If you didn't know, you probably did know that, right? Exactly. So what's helped me is to say, okay, wherever I am right now, I'm going to make the most of it. And then the anxiety, hey, it just disappears. And once again, another bonus one is, look, don't take yourself so seriously. Okay, a lot of us, we're taking ourselves so seriously all the time, and that's why we're super anxious. We're like, you better put some respect on my name. What is your name? We ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? Feels so good to be alive, baby. We're out here, baby. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana. Have a beautiful day. Infinite waters. Diving deep once again. Stay well. Stay healthy. Peace. You.